frequently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Amadeus.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
One of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Image by...
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Amadai Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Amadai Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, and if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Now, let's see who is in this nefarious chat. Mr. Mystical Black Rams, Claudette is here, Choose No TV, Christy One Love, Brand Slayer TV, Ray Williams, Mr. Elevation, Jarnell is here, Juju said, Queen, you look amazing. Thank you, beloved. All right, Queen Amoni Huey, Gina, Emperor Rex, Edward. All right, Danielle, alaikum salam to you, beloved. T Cope is in the house, Sandra. All right, let's get into it. Bronze Flat Power God. Okay, so likes up, everyone. Please get those likes up. You all know how dirty they do the Queen. Nessie X, Deronda is here, Moni. All right, let's get into it. Claudette. All right, so Anita, I see you, Queen Fab, Alice, Erica. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party started. You from the land. Terry Hartfield is in the house. Okay, shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Michael M., I see you, 504 Nola, Priscilla, all hell no in the house. All right. And so first things first, let's talk about the nefarious Courtney Clenney. Now, you all remember who Courtney Clenney is, don't you? Courtney Clenney is the woman who murdered her boyfriend, Christian Abumsale, the black man. Okay, and then she left for like 5 months. She was just gone, no arrest or anything. And now she's trying to say it was all self-defense. Okay, Juju said, shout out to Mr. Hotel, who's not in the chat. Honey, Mr. Hotel got better things to do. All right. All right, Internet Goulash in the house, Miss Pretty. So with that all being said, now come to find out her parents were arrested for tampering with evidence. So let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Yeah, her parents arrested. Tampering with evidence. Hold on, let me pull up these receipts. You all get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Okay, now here's what they're saying. Parents of murderous OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney are arrested after her dad logged into laptop owned by slain boyfriend of the killer porn star. All right. Kim and Deborah Clenney were arrested. Her father's name is Kim. Well, I guess so. Kim and Deborah Clenney were arrested at their Texas home after allegedly taking and tampering with a laptop that was missed by the police. Now, the couple were able to access it with a password supplied by their daughter, Courtney, who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend, Christian Abumsale. Courtney, 27 years old, has claimed that she stabbed the crypto trader to death in self-defense. So here's my question. How did the police miss the laptop when they were gathering and collecting evidence? How did they miss the laptop? I find it all very interesting. And so, yeah, they wanted to make sure there was nothing incriminating on there. And by they, I mean Courtney and her parents, Kim and Deborah. So they say he handed it over. Hold on, these pop-ups. Okay, so it goes on to say that they were arrested at their home after requests from police in Miami, where their 27-year-old daughter allegedly stabbed Christian Abumsale to death in April of 2022. Kim Clenny is accused of taking the crypto trader's computer from the murder scene after it was missed by investigators before accessing it with a password that he'd gotten from the daughter. Now, he handed it to her defense attorneys after finding nothing on it but a crypto exchange. And this is what TMZ reported, but was arrested along with his wife for evidence tampering. Now, the porn star, see, I didn't know she was a porn star. Is that what they do on OnlyFans?
I have questions because I knew she was an OnlyFans model, but clearly she does a little more than just showing pictures, I guess. So they say the porn star, who has more than 2 million Instagram followers, has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and remains in prison awaiting trial. Clenny and Abumsale, a cryptocurrency trader, had been dating less than 2 years at the time of his death on April of 2022. She was previously arrested for domestic battery in Las Vegas, and police were called to their home in Austin, Texas on several occasions. Okay, now the pair moved to Miami at the beginning of the year, and staff and residents at the One Paraiso building where they lived reported multiple domestic disturbance complaints, okay, about the couple, and even had moved to have them evicted. Now, when the stabbing occurred, police reports cite that officers arrived at the Miami home at around 5 p.m. on an aggravated battery call. She was pictured wearing a blood-soaked, now this is Courtney, she was pictured wearing a blood-soaked robe and sweatpants, while Abumsale was rushed to the hospital after being stabbed in the torso, and he was pronounced deceased upon arrival. Clenny initially claimed self-defense to officers and avoided charges, but she was charged with Abumsale's murder several months later while at a rehab center in Hawaii. Earlier this month, it emerged that Clenny had been seen with mysterious cuts, bruises, and taped up fingers in a drunken Aspen photo shoot 2 months prior to her stabbing him to death. And so here's my question. Are they trying to imply that he was beating her? They say mysterious cuts, bruises, and taped up fingers. Now, are they trying to imply that he was doing something to her to try to make it plausible for her little self-defense plea? Because I have several questions. Now, I want you all to look at some of these photos. She clearly stabbed him up pretty good because there was a lot of blood, which we didn't previously see. And then I'm going to play the 911 call for those of you who missed it. Also, I have the timeline of the events, and let's just go back over that since we have it. Okay, from when I reported on this first. Shirley says, I don't understand the boyfriend. She was aggressive throughout the relationship. Why in the heck didn't he leave? Honey, some people just are blinded by love, honey. Some people just, we could say the same thing about women who get in these situations with domestic abuse, and then they turn up deceased. We could say the same thing about them. You know, some people just think the person's going to change or that it'll just stop. This is her. You can see the blood all over her pants. Look at her right there. Blood just all over the bottom of her pants, her robe, just all so disgusting. Now, this is a note. It says that that appears to be from Abumsale to Clenny, and which he describes her as the sweetest and most annoying woman he knew. It is unclear who highlighted the various bits of text. Oh, she did. Now, he probably wrote this to her when they were in love and being all nice or whatever, honey. The end of the day, they're going to try to use all of this to act like she's not a bad person. I just want you all to pay attention and peep game, because that's what it is. Okay, that's all it is. Trying to paint narratives. Now, let's listen to this 911 call.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address. 3101. You're gonna die. I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm. Ma'am, so my boyfriend is dying of a stab. Ma'am, what is the address? What's that? What's the address? 3131. 3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my address. Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business? I want you 745 2582. Is this a house apartment or a business? Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby. Ma'am, can you hear me? If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, can you sit down? What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am? Yeah, he's bleeding from his shoulder. Rescue, this is PD Position 2. The caller, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advised the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue, The phone number is verified. The caller advised that her boyfriend has a stab wound. Okay, is this a house, apartment, or a business? Listen, please God, please God. Please God, listen, ma'am. I'm sending help. I need you to tell me exactly what happened. I'm sending help. How old is he? Ma'am, how old is he? Is he awake? Hello? Hello? PD, are you still on the line? Yes, she's still on the line. She didn't provide a room number or anything. No, did she tell you where he was stabbed at? She said he was stabbed on his shoulder. Okay. Do you know if there's more than one wound? No, she didn't say. She just kept screaming on the line saying that he was dying, that he needed help, and she kept apologizing. But we do have a call at that same address in reference to a fight that happened. The room number could possibly be 2201, because we already have a call that two people are fighting inside of that room. So they're possibly related. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give her a call back, but we do have rescue on the way, okay? Okay, thank you. Is PD responding on the 3? Yes, we're responding on the 3. Alrighty, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, it seems to me like she wanted him to die. It seems to me like she wanted him to die. I mean, she was sitting there, what was all the stuttering and stammering? And then she's acting all frantic and all of that. Yeah, Mr. Mystical Black Brown said she's frantically cleaning up the evidence at the time. That's likely what she was doing. Why didn't she stay on the line, said Shirley. Exactly. And then she tried to act like she didn't know her own address. Please. Asking him while he's lying there dying, what's the address? Girl, please sit down somewhere. But let me continue. This is all nefarious. And so when she was having this photo shoot where she was supposed to be drunk and have these bruises and cuts, they say a person involved in the shoot where she appeared battered and bruised said that she would use Facetune. She would use Facetune herself to edit blemishes and any imperfections. And so what you didn't see in the Instagram photos was that she had a scrape on her arm and it was bleeding, as well as a bandage on her fingers and a missing nail. That's probably from her attacking him. Anyway, her attorneys said that she was acting in self-defense when she stabbed Abumsale, but his family and lawyers say she was the aggressor. To bolster her self-defense story, Clenny's attorney previously asked that Abumsale's corpse be dug up and inspected. This is all crazy. What's that going to prove, other than the fact that she stabbed him? Now, goes on to say, hold on. These pop-ups. Okay, Miami attorney Catherine Fernandez said Clenny claimed to have stabbed Abumsale in the chest after he grabbed her by the throat at the Miami apartment in April. Clenny said that she threw the knife at her boyfriend. Do y'all remember this foolishness? Because remember I told y'all this doesn't even make any sense. Now, she said that she threw the knife at him from 10 feet away, but Fernandez said the autopsy revealed a deep wound that could only have been inflicted from a close distance. She meant to kill him. Please pay attention, okay? There's no doubt in my mind. Why would you stab someone up close and personal if you weren't trying to kill them? Okay, so anyway, and then told a lie about how it all occurred. And so they released the 911 audio following the stabbing and revealed that Clenny told her former lover, "Baby, I'm so sorry," after allegedly plunging the knife in. She didn't tell the operator she had stabbed him, but sobbed to him about how sorry she was. In the background, Abumsale could be heard crying, "I can't feel my arm." Graphic case photos have revealed she stabbed her much larger boyfriend inches above a tattoo of her name in cursive on the left side of his chest. At the time, Abumsale's family said it showed she intended to kill him. And then they regretted it once once she saw, no, I'm saying they're saying the family. Okay, the family is saying that when she was doing all of that, that it showed she intended to kill him and then regretted it once she had done it. Okay, so basically that's what they're saying, that she meant to kill him. Yeah, she did. How do you stab someone up close and personal in their darn chest? You know that's likely going to kill them. But then regretted it once she had done it. That's what they're saying. And that's likely so. That's why she said, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. But I think the only reason she regretted it is because she knew that she was going to be in big trouble for doing it. Okay, now Clenny is being sued for negligence by Obumslay's family after being arrested and charged with second-degree murder for 4 months after the killing. Her lawyers claim she attacked her boyfriend after a history of abuse and had filed a restraining order against him just days before the attack. Her parents are expected to face a bond hearing in court on Wednesday. So her parents are in jail. This is further goes to show her guilt. This further proves her guilt as far as I'm concerned. Because why would her parents be trying to confiscate the laptop? Not trying, they actually did. Confiscate the laptop and then went through it. Okay? Denise had tattooed her name on his chest. Lord, that man was sprung over this. Well, he was, because here's the thing. They hadn't even been together a whole 2 years. I think it was going on 2 years. He already had her name tattooed on his chest. I bet she didn't have any tattoos of his name. Please pay attention. Okay? So with that all being said, Nessa G said, I don't think she truly regretted it. She only regrets that she's going to jail. Yes, exactly. That she was in trouble. That's it. But hold on, because I'm going to show you a timeline of the events. Hold on, let me share my screen. Like 7. This is from a video that I did like last year when all of this first came to revelation.
Domestic Violence Unit and have developed a basic prosecutorial approach aimed at combating domestic violence that is now used by prosecutors throughout Florida. Pain created by domestic violence is stunningly apparent when it leads to a tragic death of one of the partners. Violence brings us directly to the reason we are here today, which is the killing of Christian Ombumseli on April 3rd, 2022. He died in Unit 2201 of a residence located at 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue in the city of Miami. We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenney with 1 count of second-degree murder in Christian's death. She has been taken into custody in Hawaii. She has not yet been brought to court for a hearing, but when she does go for a hearing,
She had lived in the apartment.
arrest warrant from the governor's office to bring her back.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. That wasn't the video I was looking for. That's, I think, one of the first reports I did. But I actually had another video where the prosecutor was given a timeline of the events. And it just goes to show that she was not in a hurry to get him help. She first called her mother before she even called 911. Remember on the timeline, she actually called her mother and wasted time doing that. And there was something else that she was doing. And then in the meantime, you could still hear him in the background. So it's just all nefarious. She needs to go to prison for the rest of her nefarious life. That's what she needs to do. And like I said, we know she was absolutely the aggressor. Because look at this video here.
You're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to sit
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Come on.
Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me.
What?
Like, I can't even, like, I was starting to hit me. Like, get the off me.
You don't want to hit me?
Christian, he saw me, and I know he's looking. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with that you treat me.
What are you?
Oh, yes, I don't ask you.
You let Moana say some lying that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything.
I didn't say.
You did.
Hey, let's go to Moana right now. Let's pull up her.
No, I'm just gonna see.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
I dare you.
Yeah, you dare me? Keep saying
You
it.
do it.
Then stop saying it then.
Do it.
Then stop saying it then. Then stop saying it then.
I'll pull up. I'll
Come on.
let me get my
Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her breast
Do you
yesterday?
see how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I...
You did. I didn't say you touching.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're you're costing me money. I didn't do He's like, got to this house because of you.
You let Milan say some line ass.
No, because you flirting with like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe I think that doesn't matter.
You?
Milan.
Milan? I was flirting with Milan?
And she's saying, hey, come get your mans. She's trying to come home with me.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. She said, come get your mans that I was trying to hit on Milan. Come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't even sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
Fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You'll never see me again. You are the most
good piece of shit
ever met in my life.
You want
You corny.
Dude, get the out of here. Just leave your house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Like, you're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of here.
Just like your boyfriend?
I can actually get like done if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out of here. No, not even the next time. Get the
Stop touching
Get out.
me. Don't touch me again.
Good thing, get out, bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
You never loved me. The way you talk, the way that you treated the girls last night, you embarrassed me. I don't want anything to do with you.
Embarrassed you yesterday. You're really just dumb cautious. You always talk about, oh, Christian, you like this. I say, what did I tell you before? You're the baddest person in this bitch. No one has anything on you. I tell you this every day. I have text messages that you say, Christian, thank you for the content.
Shut up, but you don't do it the next day.
Why are you screaming? There's people in this house.
Get out, for real.
I'm sorry, but she's crazy. And I don't mean mentally insane. I mean, she just has a crazy temper at the end of the day. Why is she screaming when he's talking to her calmly? She clearly has anger management issues, okay? And sad for him, he had to learn his lesson the hard way. His family didn't know how she was and didn't try to tell him. And Mr. Elevation said, who's recording? Someone's recording. I don't know who, but he said there's people in the house. So clearly someone was sitting there watching it all. It's just all nefarious at the end of the day. But anyway, on to the next story because I have limited time, honey. I have another live coming up right after this. Starts at 10:40 on the backup channel. You don't want to miss it. Now, listen. This story I found yesterday, and I did a TikTok about this. This woman, Karen, was found with the head of a black man in her freezer and his body parts chopped up. Now, I just want you all to pay attention because this is all nefarious. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadai Shakur. A street pharmacist by the name of Quasheen Geltzer, who vanished last year, well, his head and body parts have been found in the freezer of one of his clients who's an addict. Let's get into it. 45-year-old Heather Steins of Brooklyn was detained by the NYPD on Monday after they say they received a tip. They went to the residence, and that's when they made the grisly discovery. Now, she claims that she didn't do this, that it was in fact her husband, and that he got into a dispute over the street pharmaceuticals, and he ended up taking the man's life and then chopping him up into bits and pieces and placing him in the freezer. After interrogation by the police, she's currently at Brookdale Hospital for a psychiatric evaluation, and she's only facing, at this time, she's only facing a charge for concealing a body. Please pay attention. Stein's husband, Nicholas McGee, has been in a Chesapeake, Virginia jail since September when he walked into a bank and tried to cash a fraudulent check. And now she said that he's the one that did all of this, and the police are saying they don't know who did it. They don't know how long the man's been in the freezer, but at the end of the day, they both could have done it. They say they don't think that she could have chopped up the body by herself. Well, of course she could. Of course she could. How is she not capable of chopping up a body? Please make it all make sense. After someone's deceased, yeah, she absolutely could have done it herself. Now, I don't know if she did. At the end of the day, they both probably did it. But my question is, why is she only being charged with concealing a body? Okay, please make that make sense. I guarantee you, if myself and someone else who looked like me was found with a body of a person who looks like her, chopped up and put into a freezer, well, there'd be a whole lot of charges. And it wouldn't just be concealing a body. Please pay attention. Another thing I found interesting was that all of the articles about the victim in this crime, they basically list his criminal history from August of 2004, where he was arrested for abuse. At the end of the day, maybe he was a low-down person, who knows? But what does that have to do with this?
I'm sorry. What does that have to do with this? Let's focus on the crime at hand. You see, they love to do that to people who look like me. Bring up your past history when you're, in fact, the victim of a crime by someone who doesn't look like you. Please pay attention. When officers arrived, they say they saw a suspiciously taped up refrigerator, and Steins was adamant that they not look inside. And then she was arrested when she tried to stop them from doing so. Once inside the refrigerator, officers say they found body parts inside of black plastic bags in both the refrigerator and the freezer. And of course, they removed them for DNA testing. Now, they say that the medical examiner is saying that it may take a while before they find out the exact cause of death because they're waiting for the body parts to thaw out. Steins has an elderly aunt who's 79 years old, and she says that her niece has a long-standing illegal substance abuse issue, and that she's just shocked and appalled and can't fathom them finding this man chopped to bits and pieces inside of this freezer. The fact that she's been psychiatrically evaluated says to me that clearly this is going to be a case where they play the mental illness card. Please pay attention.
Talking about a psych eval. So now she's crazy. And then they want us to think that she couldn't have cut up that body. Of course she could have. Her husband has been in jail in Virginia since September. So they don't know how long the body was in the freezer. And it's going to take a while before they get all the autopsy results because they said they had to thaw it out. So this is all nefarious. And so why would they just charge her with concealing a body when there's a whole dismembered body in her refrigerator and freezer? And she tried to hinder them from going in there. And also, she knew it was there. So even if she didn't kill him herself, she knew that her husband did, because that's what she said, that her husband did it over a drug deal gone bad. So I'm sorry, isn't she supposed to be in jail? Make it all make sense. For murder? This is all crazy. Mr. Elevation said he's going to need someone to interview that freezer. Okay. Oh my goodness, absolutely cannot. So now let's talk about Gary Owen, because Gary Owen came out and did a video basically talking about, you all know Gary Owen, the comedian. He basically came out and did a video talking about how he hasn't seen his children in 3 years. He went to his daughter's graduation and from college. And, you know, I felt sorry for him. He looked like he wanted to cry. He looked like he wanted to cry. Okay. Denise said, is she keeping her food in her refrigerator? I don't think so, because the police said that it was taped up when they got there. So probably not. It's just disgusting. So anyway, let's talk about it. Now, first, let's talk about Gary's ex-wife, Kenya Duke, when she went in about his mistress. Gary Owen's estranged wife rips into a woman she believes is his mistress. You can have him, but you don't have the money. This is what she said. Now, this is in 2021 when they first started having these difficulties. So after nearly 18 years of marriage, Gary Owen and Kenya Duke split in March. Since then, Duke has held back nothing when addressing her soon-to-be ex-husband. Her latest public statements are slamming a woman who she believes to be his mistress. In several Instagram posts on July the 8th, she wrote, "You definitely know who I am. You don't care at Gary Owen Comedy was or is married, and you don't seem to care that he hasn't seen his kids, which is weird because you are a baby mama." He doesn't financially support his wife. Although he has sent me zero money from a company that I helped build, I am still paying his bills, she continued. Now, Duke then implied the alleged mistress went on a trip with Owen to the Bahamas and Florida, adding, "You can have him, but you don't have the money. Nope, lawyer up. You have now become a big part of this divorce. Girl, I can't wait to see that tan bikini emoji in court. By the way, your friends don't like you. They out here spilling all your cheating tea." First of all, this is immature. Ladies, let me just tell you, this is what not to do if your husband or boyfriend cheats. This is what not to do. Why is she coming for the woman? See, first of all, yeah, if the woman knew she was married, which I'm sure the woman did because we all knew, the woman is clearly wrong, but Gary is more wrong. And at the end of the day, the woman didn't take vows and make a commitment to her. Gary did. So all of her angst and disdain should be relegated to the woman, in my opinion. All right? In my opinion. Now, with that all being said, Duke had more words for Owen in the caption. Said, I don't care about any of these paid relationships, although I don't think $600 for 30 minutes is too expensive. Although I do think $600 for 30 minutes is too expensive, and you were tripping if I tried to order a $12 side dish when we went out. Basically talking about the prostitutes, because Tasha K did a report. Y'all know Tasha K spills all the tea. Tasha K basically did a report with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but supposedly somebody told her that Gary was paying for prostitutes. Okay, when he was going out of town and stuff like that. So this is obviously what the wife is referencing when she says $600 for 30 minutes is too expensive, but you didn't even want me to buy a $12 side dish when we went out. Wow. What do I care? What I do care about is you doing the right thing financially when it comes to me. Duke has accused Owen of being a deadbeat dad, which he addressed on the Wendy Williams show, saying that deadbeat dad kind of stung a little bit. I was like, whoa, weren't they in private school? Didn't I have a show? Fly back to my son's 7th grade basketball game and fly back to make my show. It's nothing to brag about, but I'm not a deadbeat dad. He also stressed he would not say anything negative about his estranged wife on social media or in interviews. She didn't mind saying things about him. Now, back in May, this is from 2021, of course, court docs obtained by TMZ stated that Duke was asking for $44,000 a month because it's the amount Gary would normally deposit in her account to pay credit cards and finance her personal spending. Duke also claims that she didn't pursue her own career to support Gary Owen, who is known for his stand-up comedy in films like Ride Along, Think Like a Man, and Daddy Daycare. TMZ also reports that Dukes alleges their monthly income is between $200,000 to $400,000 and never dipped below $100,000, even during the pandemic. Now, additionally, she alleged it's not uncommon for Gary to have $300,000 to $600,000 in uncashed checks from his stand-up shows. According to TMZ, Duke filed for divorce documents on Friday, March 19th, in 2021 in Los Angeles County Supreme Court. There's no clear indication why Duke filed for divorce from Owen. Okay, so now what do you all think about this? Before we get into all of the salacious details of it all, what do you all think? Was he a deadbeat dad when you married him during the financially stable times? Miss me with it, Kenya, or whatever her name is. Okay, here's the thing. You see, I don't like it when people make accusations that they know not to be true. Well, if he was a deadbeat dad, why were you married to him? At the end of the day, the thing is, now, I don't know for sure. That crazy bitch Eric said, I thought they was divorced already. Uncensored Truth said she's a deadbeat wife. Everybody's going in on her. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I can see her being upset over some of the money if she, in fact, supported him and helped him build the company that she claims that she did. But $44,000 a month and we're getting a divorce, I'm sorry, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. Not the better to do it. Get somebody else to do it. That's all I'm saying. Get somebody else to do it, honey. But anyway, let's talk about it. Because I'm going to show you a series of videos. The first one I'm going to go to is the one where they talk about how they first met. Okay, like stuff, everyone please like and share.
The first time we met was at the Comedy Store on Sunset in Los Angeles. I had gone with a group of my friends. It was only $10 to get in. It was like black comedy. And he was the only white guy that went up, and he followed Cedric the Entertainer that night, and everybody stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And we had not stood up all night. So then the next week, I was telling my girlfriend, oh, we got to go to this club. It's only $10 to get in. And everybody was really funny. And then I saw him again that night. But this time, he was the host of the show.
No, I was the warm-up.
Oh, okay. He was the warm-up. But he was telling people, like, turn off your phones, or no, the pagers. Minimum. He told, like, a joke or two. But he just wasn't that funny. And it was over. Well, I didn't know what a warm-up was. I just knew you weren't funny that night. Oh. Okay.
I was in the audience that night. So they said, Gary, can you come do the warm-up? Which basically means what she said. 2-drink minimum, keep table talk.
Okay, now there's that. So now let's talk about him and the problems with his children that he discussed recently.
Well, how much does it hurt you about your kids, though, to not have spoken to them for a year and a half?
Kids.
Yeah, that sucks. That ain't gonna lie.
Did you try?
Huh?
Did you try to call them?
Oh, I've done everything. I've done everything. I've gone to Greensboro because my daughter's at A&T. Knocked on her door. She wouldn't answer.
Damn.
I tried to see her at the airport one time. Tried to catch her.
Yikes.
And then, you know, it's just,
That
it is what,
hurts.
I don't know what to do at this point because I'm like blocked on social media. I've gone to every outlet to try to get a hold of my daughter. I went to Venmo. I went to WhatsApp. And every time I reach out, it's like, then I'm blocked.
Damn.
So it's like, dang.
Even when you send money?
No. On Venmo, just say hi.
Oh,
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, don't say hi without no money attached to it, Dad.
Okay.
But when did that go back? Because y'all were doing this together, like y'all were getting a divorce together. You said you had a 5-hour conversation. You told the kids, and then when did it go left with the kids? Because
no, we didn't tell the kids. We were gonna like wait and like do it together.
So they had to hear on the line. Internet.
TMZ. That's how they found out.
Man.
And then I had to lie to my daughter one time because the processor was coming and I didn't know. And she was supposed to come to Baltimore after it hit the fan. And I was like, come to Baltimore and we could sit down and we just have a weekend together and we could talk. And then I couldn't because she wasn't served yet and I wasn't served. So I had to tell my daughter, I said, you can't come because if she's with me and she gets served, I'm served. So it got like a love and war type deal, and it sucked because I had to lie to her and be like, I came up with some reason, like, I don't know if I'm going to do the show in Baltimore. But I flew her to Arizona to hang out with her cousin because it's important to be with somebody this weekend. So I said, go hang out with your cousin in Arizona. I got it. But that was one thing I lied about.
But why now, though? Like, why talk about it now? Because it went quiet.
It was quiet. I don't know. Everybody kept telling me, like, you should tell your side. And honestly, it's probably also, this is another effort for my kids to hear it. They're going to hear it.
True.
What's the road to you and Kenya being civil? Like, what do you think has to happen?
I don't know. I think the divorce has to become final first, and then we can start the healing process. But right now, it's like, geez, as ugly as they can get.
Are you worried about her exposing your N-word tape?
Oh, God.
That's never
Y'all
been together 23 years?
Yeah, that's never happened. Nebraska. I'm an Ohio State fan, bro.
But I was going to ask with your kids, so how do you, like, because you're the dad, so you got to pay for Ish. So how does that work? Because you're paying for college, paying for this, paying for that?
I'll be honest. I paid for the first year and a half at A&T, and then my daughter got really upset at me, and she said, I don't want you paying anything else. Stop.
Oh, they really mad.
They mad. Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. Now, that was when he had not seen his children for a year and a half, when the daughter was still in college. Now, here's what happened after. And at this point, I think he hadn't seen him in 3 years, and the daughter graduated.
And this week, and in that podcast a couple weeks ago, I had said, I'm going to end up going to my daughter's graduation. And my daughter wasn't happy that I announced I was coming and to her graduation, and I'm just not sure. It's no secret. Everybody knew where she went. But so she graduated from North Carolina A&T last week, summa cum laude, which is like smarter than I've ever been. Double major. She just graduated in 3.5 years, crushed it. Very proud of her. But like I said, we haven't talked in 3 years. And so I go, and it was made apparent that I got sent texts like, don't approach her, don't talk to her. It's fine, you're coming. Like, I didn't need permission, but I'm trying to respect everybody's wishes and not make it awkward. This isn't about me, it's about her. And so I go, and first time I laid eyes on her in about 1.5 years. So I see her, and I was like, oh, I got excited. Took some pictures. I actually hired a photographer to take pictures and videos of her. She didn't even realize it, that I had hired this guy. And so when she got her diploma, I shot her a text. I said, congratulations. And I saw her look at her phone and not respond. So that kind of hurt. And then when the graduation was over, I had taken some pictures and everything. I sent her a couple shots, and I just said, "I'm so proud of you." And I got her response to me was, "I'm blocking you." And I was like, "What? For coming to your graduation?" And then she responded, "I don't respect her boundaries," things of that nature. And it was unexpected. I think in the back of my brain, I thought when I texted her, I thought I wouldn't get any response. I would be ignored, or I'd get a simple thank you. But to say I'm blocking you, and I don't know if she has or not.
Okay, that's absolutely so sad. That is sad to me, honey. Alice said, if his kids were not a priority, why now? Well, Alice, what makes you think that his children weren't a priority, beloved? What makes you think they weren't a priority? Because he allegedly cheated? People cheat all the time, men and women. That doesn't have anything to do with how you feel about your children. I don't think that his kids were never a priority to him. I don't think they were never a priority to him. Truth No TV said, now y'all see why Corey Holcomb said what he said about his daughter. Well, I still don't see why he called her bees and hoes and all that. I don't see that at all. But I do see, Truth No TV said that man did nothing to his daughter. Exactly. Terry Hartfield said, I think his kids had a problem with him being white. How could they have a problem with that? They're half white, and he's their father. I don't think that's it at all. They didn't have a problem with Gary until they got a divorce. Until him and his wife fell out and started having problems talking divorce. That's when the kids all of a sudden had a problem with him. You heard him. He said he was paying for his daughter's college. He paid for the first year and a half. Then all of a sudden she doesn't want him paying for anything. And she says he doesn't respect her boundaries. So let me tell you what I think it is. And I could be wrong. But here's what I think. All Hell No says divorce is hard, but you can't hurt the kids that way. Exactly. Here's what I think. I think the mother has turned the kids against him. That's what I think. And I think that she's out here publicly saying stuff like, oh, he hasn't seen his kids in 3 years, because she knows he hasn't seen them in 3 years, because she's the reason they don't want to see him. That's what I believe. Because I know a lot of bitter, butthurt, mad, angry women. Okay, doesn't matter what race or ethnic group they belong to. When a man is no longer with them and has moved on and they know he has someone else, they don't want him to be happy. So let me just impede on your happiness and make you miserable, and I'll just turn the kids against you. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Okay? That Crazy Beach Air says that's possible, but that isn't all of it, Queen. Well, of course, that's not all of it. I'm sure that's not all of it. But what is a big part of it, in my opinion, is that the mother has turned those kids against him, period. Because at the end of the day, if he was the problem, if it was just something he wasn't doing for his children, if he wasn't taking care of them, if he wasn't, being there for them, then they would have been had a problem, okay? You don't just wake up one day and have a problem with your father out of the blue for no reason. Okay, something happened. And what happened was they started going through this problem, he and his ex-wife. And I do believe, because here's the thing, it's obvious that's what she's done. She's talking all this slick stuff about him in public. He's not said one bad word about this woman ever. Did anyone notice that? Now, I know some of y'all want to jump on her side because she's black. I don't care what color she is. At the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? Like Katt Williams said, it's not about race. At the end of the day, it's about what's right and what's wrong. Now, she has been publicly talking trash about him since they broke up. He's never said one bad thing about her. Never. So I'm sorry. I think she's the culprit. That's what I think. And like I said, I've seen it done. Miss Pretty said he never has. Exactly. Reggie said, I like Gary. I like him too. I think she's bitter. And here's the thing, how you know that she's done or said something is because she even came for the new woman that he's with. That woman doesn't have anything to do with you. You're the one who filed for the divorce, whether you did it because he was cheating or for a myriad of other reasons, who knows? But at the end of the day, why is she coming for that woman? and then calling the woman a baby mom and all this stuff and acting like it's the woman's fault that he hasn't seen his kids. How is it that woman's fault? You see, the thing is, when this all first started, she really had me almost thinking that he just didn't want to see his kids because he wasn't saying anything about it. He wasn't speaking out. And I'm glad that he has, because she was painting the picture that he doesn't want to see his kids because he's got somebody else. And now that woman was pregnant. When all the while he was trying to do everything he could to see his kids. Now that he came out and spoke about it and let the truth be known, you don't hear her now saying that he doesn't see his kids. You don't hear her saying that anymore because she was painting the whole narrative. She knew he hadn't seen her kids, but she was trying to make it as if he just didn't want to see them, like he just didn't care. Who knows what she's told those children? Who knows? Even though they're adults, and adults can make our own decisions, but aren't we influenced by our parents? And don't people tend to take sides in family squabbles? And so clearly they've taken their mother's side. That's what they've done. Just like Steve Harvey, when his son took his side over the ex-wife Mary. What did Mary say? That Steve turned the son against her. And it was likely easy for him to do because he's the one with the cash. Sometimes the kids will go with the person who has the money. Sometimes they'll go with the person who has the most influence. It's obvious that the mother has the most influence because Gary was out there on the road traveling doing comedy. She's at home with them all the time. And so, of course, they have more, I'm sure, more affection for her and are more likely to listen to what she says. And imagine her being hurt, bitter, angry, whatever, sad, and all of that, and them seeing it. See, they're not seeing Gary when he was crying. And I'm sure he was crying because he looked like he wanted to cry right there on that video. So they're not seeing that. They're seeing their mother sitting at home crying, and it's making them feel some type of way. And it should. Nobody wants to see their mother cry if you love them. It should make them feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, it should also not make them not want to have a conversation with their father, to go and hear his side, to sit down and talk to him, to still deal with him. Because at the end of the day, he's still their father. Okay, and he's making an effort. Some people's father don't give a crap about them. Okay, they don't give a crap about them. Look how Corey Holcomb talked about his own daughter, calling her bees and hoes. Wayne said he cheated the queen. What does that have to do with anything? Wayne, what does that have to do with anything? So you think that because this man cheated, he's not supposed to be able to have a relationship with his kids? Is that what you really think? That's obtuse, okay? That's obtuse. If someone cheats, that does not mean that they don't have a right to have their children in their lives. Who thinks that? Well, some bitter women, that's clearly who. Some bitter women, that's clearly who. Okay? Reggie said that doesn't matter when it comes to the children. No, it doesn't. Stop putting children in grown people's mess. And even though his children are adults, at the end of the day, stop putting them in your mess. If you don't get along with your spouse, you're getting a divorce or whatever you're going through, don't involve the children because children have a right. Okay? They have a right to have both of their parents in their lives, even if the parents are not together. What are you talking about? He cheated, though. Who cares? Who cares? Get over it. Get over it. At the end of the day, people cheat. It's a part of life. Most men cheat. Wayne, I'm sure you've cheated. Would you want your kids to not deal with you because you cheated? Of course you would. Nobody would. And that's not fair. Okay, that's not fair. You don't have to take somebody's relationship with their children and destroy it because you're mad, butthurt, and bitter because they're no longer with you. And that's exactly what I think she did. That's what I think she did. Deronda said, facts, queen. I told my daughter to love her father. Exactly. Reggie said, my stepmom was a bitter woman. A lot of these women are bitter and they get all in their feelings and in their emotions. And then they want to say mean, nasty things about the children to, about the father to the children or to the other parent. Because sometimes fathers do the same thing. It could be the man saying nasty things about the mother, to the kids. It goes both ways. So I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's right at all. I don't like to see someone trying to come between a parent, any parent, and their child. When the parent is trying to make a conscious effort to love them and be there for them. All right. His daughter blocked him. Can you imagine your child blocking you when all you did was try to be there for them? You went to the graduation, you hired a photographer, you know, you paid for half of their college and all this stuff. And then they tell you, you don't respect boundaries. Where did she get that from? I'm sure she got it from her mother. Please pay attention. But let me continue. Please pay attention. And I want you all who think that he's getting what he deserves simply because he cheated. I want y'all to listen to this.
I said, congratulations. And I saw her look at her phone and not respond.
Since Garrett Owen been up and down my timeline all morning, I'm going to start my day off like this. When Garrett Owen give up on them kids, when he stopped trying to talk to them kids, and he move on and he start publicly showing his new baby and his new children, I don't know how many he got. I think he got one baby on the way. But the point I'm making is I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear he's a horrible person. I don't want to hear how he's a deadbeat dad. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. When he go to acting like 50 Cent does with that oldest boy, don't nobody criticize him because he has tried. This man has been on the internet trying to be in them children's lives since the divorce. He done talked about it. He done talked about it, all his attempts, and they just don't want him. So when he decide to give up, when enough is enough, because how long can you continuously pour love into someone who don't love you back? When he give up, I don't want nobody to talk trash about that man. Leave him alone, because he attempted to. He tried, but none of his attempts were not receptive. And I don't know what happened between his mom, the children between him and his wife and their mom, but they picked their mama's side, which is fine. Because like I said, we don't know what happened in that relationship. But I do know that man has attempted to be in them children's lives based on his statements since the divorce, and they don't want him. So when he go to acting like 50 Cent do with that oldest boy, and then he got his youngest son and they have a great relationship, don't nobody get on this internet and try to tear that man down, because he did his due diligence. And we have watched it over and over again.
I agree with everything she said. Okay. There are some fathers who don't want anything to do with their children. They don't give a darn. Corey Holcomb said that his child treats him, his daughter treats him disrespectfully. But how much of an effort has he made? He was calling her bees and hoes. Now, if you calling your child, talking about your child the way Corey Holcomb was, well, it's pretty obvious why she wouldn't ever want anything to do with you. That's just a wrap. But Gary has not done that as far as I'm concerned. Now, Wayne Worrell said, Queen, do you accept cheating? Honey, this isn't about me, okay? I don't get online and tell all my business. I tell y'all what I want y'all to know about certain things that have happened when I was growing up or whatever. But honey, I don't put my life all over the internet, okay? So this ain't about me and what I accept. It's about Gary Owen, okay? I'm giving commentary on him, okay? If I want to tell y'all about my personal life, I'll get on here and do it on another day, but not today. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, I really feel like the mother has brainwashed them. That's what I feel. They clearly have chosen her side. And it's really sad because at the end of the day, the children can think and feel that their father was in the wrong, that he broke up the family. They can think that. That's fine. If that's what they feel, I understand. But what they shouldn't do is not want a relationship with your father who's been there for you your whole lives, supported you, nurtured you, and taken care of you. They should not want to just throw him away and disregard him and block him and say, you don't respect my boundaries. But I tell you what, one thing about it is those same kids, they're going to need him before he needs them. I just want you to pay attention. They're going to need him before he needs them. That's how that's going to go. That's how that's going to go. They're going to end up needing him. I guarantee. Whether it's his money or anything else, they're going to need him. That's how that usually turns out. So anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Likes up, likes and share, everyone. Please get the likes up.
And I'm like all for this in terms of I want to marry a black man,
Okay.
And And I understand why a lot of black women want to do that, because they feel like culturally there's like differences in other men that it will be so hard for them to be accustomed to, right?
I didn't realize how much I missed the swag, the vibe of a black guy until maybe you just turn it off, because you're married. I think black guys definitely bring a different vibe. We were brought up so differently, like just in terms of the nuclear family was different. I had a very, I think his mother was loving and probably did the best she could do, but I had a very loving and attentive mother, so he didn't have a lot of those things. So just.
Okay, so it's almost time for my other live to start. So let me show these last two videos. In one video, Gary talks about how his father is the one who told on him about the other woman. Hold on. He said his father told on him because he was mad.
Got me was like my circle. Like I had to completely change it. Like my openers, they did some dirty stuff with the divorce. I was like telling my kids stuff about me and things like that. And then my dad was the worst. My dad?
Dad?
Oh, that hoeback bitch. Oh my God.
What'd your dad do?
My dad did the bitch shit of bitches. You gotta edit this out probably, right?
No.
Cousin?
No.
This motherfucker. So when the divorce hit the fan, the processor room, my dad kept calling, texting, man, call me, I got your back, da-da-da. And keep in mind, this is the dad that wasn't around when I was growing up. And then he kind of came back when I got in TV and movies. It's weird how that happens.
Got you.
So one of the weeks I was hiding out, I went to Sedona with this girl that I'm seeing, right? At this point, it's not Miss Side Chick. This is June. We had been separated since January. It hit the fan in March 2021.
That's who Kenya was probably talking about, right?
She's upset, yeah, about her. So we were in Sedona and we went to Grand Canyon, and I took a picture and I sent it to like 5-6 people in my inner circle, that letting people know I'm okay, keeping people updated on where I was. My dad was part of that, right? So my dad, I go to Cincinnati like in July 4th last year. I go to a Reds game and I got a suite, and nobody's been served, so I'm still being careful, so I had to get a suite because I didn't want somebody to be like, here's peanuts and papers. Right, you know what I mean? So my dad got mad that I didn't take him to the Reds game. Sends me a voicemail, cusses me out and everything. Then sends me a long text so I don't include him and stuff. And he's come to expect this from me. And I'm going, is he mad about a Reds game? I called him, and we've done this before. We cussed each other. We got in an argument, cussed him out. He cussed me out. I cussed him out. Hung up. This bitch, that picture of me and the girl, he sent it to my ex.
Wow.
Then that's how she found out. That's where that all came from. Then he posted the picture I sent on his Facebook page with the middle finger emoji in front of it. Then he posted a picture of my ex-wife on his Facebook page and said, I got your back to this divorce. You've always been like a daughter to me.
I respect him.
He don't like black people.
Support black women.
He don't like black people, though. This mug is a trumpet
he don't like black people.
He's a trumpet thumper. Like, I ain't saying he was at the Capitol. He's at the monument when they rushed him. He made the trip. I think he just got cold feet the last minute. This whole bag bitch. Who does that to their son, though? That you weren't around, though.
Oh, my God,
right?
man.
And post that for attention.
And post that. And then to give her, like, the only thing you did, you didn't hurt me. You didn't hurt that girl. You hurt my ex, and you hurt my kids with that.
That's real.
You didn't hurt me. You know what I mean? Well, so he's always posting stuff on his Facebook about what a good mom they got, stuff like that. I'm like this, you bitch.
Like you haven't even been around.
Okay, I tell you one thing. When Kenya get him some Reds tickets, you really gonna feel it. When
all over a baseball game. Keep in mind, motherfucker never took me to a baseball game growing up.
Yeah.
What? Now you.
Is the new woman black or white?
Dude, don't worry about that.
I need to know, Gary.
They're always gonna be black.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone asked the question, I can't remember who, but someone said if he didn't want her anymore, why didn't he tell her? Well, I think he did want her. You know how men want to have their cake and eat it too. They'll still want to be with their woman, but they'll go and cheat. That's what men do. Obviously, she didn't want him anymore because she filed for divorce after she found out all the stuff he did. Clearly. Okay, so with that all being said, let's go to the last video, and this is where Gary speaks on Katt Williams.
Now, I want you to hear what Gary Owen says, who he was on tour with Katt Williams. What Katt Williams did for him.
When I got the contract, it said the Frank Irwin Center, which is where the Texas Longhorns basketball team plays. And in my brain, I was going, why would somebody book me and Katt at the basketball arena? I was like, we're good for about 1,500, 2,000 tickets sold, not 10,000. And then I got there, it's packed. I'm looking around like this. Oh shit, Katt popped. And I was like, so I'm on stage like, damn. And then when I saw the ovation, when Katt went on stage, I went, oh, this popped. You don't know when it's going to happen. It just happened. But within that 6 months, it happened for Katt. So I get done with the show. The show was smooth. Everybody had a good time. And I get back to the hotel, and the promoter had gotten me and Katt 2 separate limousines. And I'm talking to my driver, and I had some buddies in town. I said, hey, man, we'd like to take the limo out. We want to hang out. I've never been to Austin before, and we just want to hit some bars and nightclubs and hang out. And he goes, no problem, it's going to be $300 for a couple hours. And I went, okay. So I tried to give him cash. He wouldn't take it. He goes, oh, no, I need a credit card. Company policy, we don't take cash. I'm looking at the dude. I go, but it's cash. It's yours. You ain't got to tell nobody. Just take it, dude. He goes, yeah, I wish I could, but I can't. Company policy. As I'm having this discussion with my driver, during this discussion, Katt had pulled up. And Katt just walked over right when I'm finished up this discussion. He goes, hey, Gary, what's going on? And I go, nothing, man. He goes, is there a problem? I said, no, I went to limo for a couple hours, and my driver said he don't take credit cards. He don't take cash. He needs a credit card. Katt said, hold on. He takes my driver around the back of his limo. And to this day, I cannot tell you how much money Katt gave that driver, but I did see him peeling off hundreds behind the car, right?
Now, it ain't been a person that I haven't heard, whether it's been Corey Holcomb, whether it's been this person, Gary Owen, Boosie, everybody I have heard that got something to say about Katt Williams. Everybody has talked about his generosity. And I want to make that clear in this video. And this is not to tell you what to do or what you should not do, but I want you to remember in life, brothers and sisters, life is about people. And we got to remember that, all right? We all work. We all want things for ourselves. We all want the cars. We all want the houses. But as I've gotten in my 40s, I noticed that, man, I don't feel like I used to all the time. I still feel mostly like I used to, but I'm slowing down, right? I can't keep the weight off like I used to. And that's just because that's father time taking place. And one thing that I know is that no matter how much success I have, when it's my time, I'm going to leave it here. I got to leave it. And that's something that we don't want to think about as people. We go through life and trying to lie to ourselves as if we're always going to be here because nobody wants to think about that day of mortality. But we're going to have to keep in the perspective. There is nothing you're going to take on the other side. The only thing that lasts is what they're going to say about you. What has been your impact in society, on people, and in the community? And largely, this is why I try to live a decent life with the impact that I want to have. And it's not just because I want somebody to say something good about me, but who I am. Because a lot of times when we make money, money becomes us. Let me tell you something, brothers. I've seen a lot of people get...
Okay, so there you have it. Katt is a very generous and giving person. And I agree with everything the young man said. But Wayne World said, at the original Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur show, LOL, I love you, Queen. And for the record, I am not a liar or a cheater. And I most certainly wouldn't cheat on someone as deserving as you, LOL. Wayne, sit down somewhere. Okay, I love you too. All right, and so with that all being said, y'all know I will give y'all the business. But I still love y'all. Okay, and so with that all being said, yes, Juju said a great person. Katt is a great person. He does try to help when he can. And that's what we all should do. Now, I want you all to pay attention to Lana L. Lana L said, Queen, I've been catching up, listening now. You tickled me with that Jag live. So for those of you who missed it, last night I posted a clip from that video from last year when I went in on Jag the Diva and I added her to the screen because she was always hating on me in the chat. And I saw somebody was like, it cut off. It didn't cut off. I just didn't play the whole video. I just cut out that segment. Okay. But also, listen, I'm about to start the next live as soon as I close out of this one. So with that all being said, I hope to see you all there. And Juju said, I definitely want my cake and eat it too. Juju, sit down somewhere and you're going to get busted, okay? You always, one thing about cheating, you always get caught eventually, okay? Just remember that. All right, so with that all being said, I love you all to life. Okay, Claudette said, epic video. Thank you, beloved. All right, so Queen checked her and cashed the check, says Taronda. Okay, so I hope to see you all the next live. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Nobody knows why liars lie. Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side. Country bumpkin black dude that can't go good. Okay, bitch, and look like Mr. Potato Head. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act. Cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting a Barbie. And you gotta tell him no. Said ain't got no special, you remember?